If this problem does not get solved, and I mean fast, this could be it. And I mean our way of life as we know it will cease to exist.
Well, what am I going to do?
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Wake up. Wake up.
I don't know what the hell's going on in this world. I'm not even sure if I understood that question, but...
I want to take some time to continue discussing some of the things going on in today's crumbling society. I really do not enjoy bringing you guys more bad news, but it is difficult to discuss other topics until I get this out. So we have a big problem, and it is urgent. If this problem does not get solved, and I mean fast, this could be it. And I mean our way of life as we know it will cease to exist. We will be living in scarcity. We will have a lack of food, a lack of medicine, a lack of transportation, and a lack of energy or electricity. It seems like the four horsemen are hard at work right now. I know I may not be talking about the four horsemen described in the Bible, but close enough, because we are getting hit with all four issues: conquest, plague, famine, and death. Big time. So let's get right into it, because time is almost up. So I want to explain what has happened, what is happening right now, and what it all means. Keep in mind that this is crucial information that you need to know, and you need to share this information as well. In 2019, we had an outbreak in China that turned into a global pandemic by 2020. At that time, governments were collaborating around the world to mandate lockdowns. Our world leaders did this. There was no vote for lockdowns. There was no, let's see what the public thinks about lockdowns. They just did it. So, as a result of the lockdowns instituted by our government leaders, many businesses shut down. Some temporarily, some permanently. Schools closed, factories closed. Many people lost their jobs or were laid off. Many industrial projects were halted or postponed indefinitely. Now, because people were traveling less, working less, buying less due to lockdowns, the demand for oil decreased. We even reached a point where there was a lot less pollution in certain areas, right? Remember that? That was the beginning of a time gap in production of many products across the board, okay? That lasted for the remainder of 2020 all the way up until probably the beginning of this year. So probably for a good solid 18 months, we've had very low production, and various businesses, of course, just didn't have enough staff as well, as we all know. Now, here's what's happening. While the Biden administration is screwing up our oil supply, that in addition to coming out of lockdowns, that supply chain of oil has been so massively disrupted. Along with the increase in gas prices, there is now a growing shortage of diesel fuel. Once you have this diesel, it is ready for the additives that make the finished product you and I can buy to run a diesel engine. So, you have the base oils, and then you have the additives. Those additives are a special proprietary blend of chemicals only made by a few companies. Lubrizol being the main one. Chevron. This is for the whole world, mind you. And there may be a few other smaller producers, but those additives are about to run out in as short as a few weeks. And there won't be any more until sometime next year.
What the fuck?
So there is a shortage of diesel fuel and diesel oil. So let me just paint the picture of what a world looks like without diesel fuel or oil. Now, some trains use electricity, well, diesel and electricity, but all freight train locomotives use diesel. And these trains are what carry the coal to the power plants to produce electricity. So if you don't have those trains moving coal to those facilities, and some of them are being taken out, by the way, you have virtually no production of electricity and almost nothing powering the grid. You can't harvest major crops because that is done by diesel burning tractors. So you lose crops. Every single thing that is delivered on a truck is delivered because of diesel. Well, I can still drive my car with regular gas and regular oil. No, you can't, because the regular gas and the regular oil are all delivered on diesel trucks. This is not going to be fun, folks. You have to understand that right now, the producers, their costs are going up sky high. Even though we are paying out the ass for many things right now, the producers have been soaking up a lot of those costs. And now they are at the point where they can no longer hold back or risk losing their businesses altogether. So they are going to have to charge us more. They keep coming up with cases in new countries of the monkeypox. Sound familiar? It should. They pulled this same thing just a couple of years ago. We just went through this. You know that there is a contrast dye shortage? Contrast dye, what? Yeah. That's the stuff that is made in China that they give you to ingest for something like a CT scan or MRI as contrast so that they can see what's going on inside of you. If you lose the ability to do that, then you lose the ability to see if there's anything forming inside you, like, let's say, your blood vessels, like an alien-like blood clot. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, nothing is coincidence.
Then you question everything.
And someone told you that's bad?